How to travel with your very expensive Hermes bags. Have you ever tried to fit one of these Birkins or Kellys in your suitcase or a carry-on, and then they arrive all misshapen and wrinkly? Or have you actually tried to put one bag inside the other bag and stuck Hermes bags and they got damaged? Or maybe you want to take more bags but you don't know how because you're so scared that your precious bags that you worked so hard for and spent so much money on could get lost? Well, you are not alone. Hi Hermes lovers, my name is Tania and I also love Hermes. And I love to travel with my bags, I love to show off my bags. I also love to buy Hermes bags while I'm traveling. And in my YouTube channel, on my Instagram and TikTok, I teach you how to buy Hermes, I teach you how to save money on Hermes, and just in general, if you love Hermes, definitely subscribe to my YouTube and follow me on Instagram because I post so much relevant Hermes content and I'm pleased to serve the Hermes community. Now let's move on to our video traveling with expensive bags, may it be Hermes or Chanel or any other expensive bags. How to travel with them properly, how to pack them, how to take more bags with you, and finally how to protect your bags. Make sure to watch till the end because I'm going to be giving a great tip of how to bring Hermes boxes from your future Hermes shopping back to your home country without overloading your luggage. So number one, I think it's very obvious, but I'm still going to say this. Never, ever, never check your expensive bags in. Never put them in your big luggage and give the luggage to the airline. I think that it's an obvious, but I heard from so many of you that you checked in your Birkin or your Kelly and then the airline lost the luggage and you never saw your bag again. So in order to avoid that from happening, just never check in your bags and leave your carry-on for your handbags. This is what I usually do. This is what most Hermes collectors, Chanel collectors, influencers, people that have expensive stuff do. Just think about this. Like, if you have this watch, like, would you check it in? No, because you spend so much money and effort of getting it, and the risk that the airline will lose it, it's still there, and they'll most likely only reimburse you for up to $3,000, which is not even enough to cover this sweater for me. Okay, rule number 2, no bag stacking. If you're putting a mini Kelly into the Birkin 30, that's okay. But please do not do what these catchy videos on the internet, on TikTok and on Instagram tell you. Do not put, you know, Birkin 25 into the Birkin 30 and then put Kelly 25 in there and then the mini Kelly inside, and that's how you travel with them. This is the number one way to damage your bags, so just be very mindful. If you want to put a mini Kelly into like a larger bag, be my guest, but I'm very against just like putting it too tight. Number 3, for all the bags that don't fit into your carry-on. So usually my rule of thumb is that I reserve my carry-on for smaller bags, such as my mini Kellys, and I think that the biggest bag that I will put in my carry-on is the Kelly 25, and even then I'll make sure that the Kelly 25 has a lot of space in my carry-on, that it's not squished by any means, and I will usually put like a dust bag around my bags when I travel. But for larger bags, let's say I'm traveling with the Birkin 30, some people will just take the bag and they will travel with the Birkin 30 as their like handbag during travel. I am crazy. I'm not one of these people. I love to take good care of my bags, and I think that when you go through airport security, you know, you're putting your bag under, like if people are looking through your bag, they don't know how much this bag cost. They don't know how much emotional damage and credit card damage these bags cost you. So what you do instead, you get a tote, like a lightweight travel tote. I'm sure you have one. It can be like a Dior book tote. I have a Goyard Artois, a Goyard Saint Louis, Louis Vuitton Neverfull. My list can go on, but you get it. Like a big bag that you usually travel with. It's usually lightweight. So what I would do is that I would put my Birkin 30 in a dust bag inside one of these like Artois Goyard bags, and even if the handles are sticking out, I'm okay as long as it's like protected, as long as the Birkin has like a mini buffer to go through security and things like that. So just to sum it up, you never want to squish the bag, you never want to overstack your Hermes bags. Again, my biggest pet peeve is when I see this really viral videos that go on Instagram or TikTok. Just please don't listen to them. They get a lot of views, but it's actually really bad for your bags. And if you're traveling with a big bag and you still want to protect it, the best way is to actually put, you know, like a Birkin 30 or, you know, Kelly 28, whatever, inside your travel bag, travel tote. So these are my best tips. Now moving on to a very good problem to have. Like a lot of people ask me, like, because I teach you how to get bags in other countries, you know, when you go to Europe on vacation and whatever. So let's say you did get another Hermes bag, or you just went to Hermes and you want to bring the boxes back home. I always will try to bring my Hermes bag boxes back home, and I don't necessarily want, like, if let's say I got a bigger bag, like one time I got this Kelly 28 Vert Criquet when I was traveling. I got it in Europe and the box for Kelly 28 is pretty big. I am crazy because I will always keep the original receipt, I will always keep the box, dust bag, and whatever other accessories, even like the stuffing paper that the bags come with, I keep all. So, but I didn't have space in my luggage to bring this box. So what I did, I bought like local candy or like local cookies, local chocolates, whatever. Maybe not so much chocolates, but like dried goods, like, I don't know, candy or whatever, like edible goods. And I stuff them inside the box, and then I give the box to ship to the concierge back to my home address. Now be a little bit careful and get a quote before, because at times shipping the boxes back to the US from many different countries cost me like 20, 30 US dollars, sometimes it was 70, 80. And then another time I needed to actually ship a box of gifts from one European country to another European country. It was not a big box, but I was staying in a super fancy hotel. I was staying at the Mandarin, and they charged me like 300 euros to ship a box from Europe to Europe. Again, it was not an Hermes box, but just be very careful with the prices because they can be all over the place. Like certain countries and certain concierges, they will not overcharge you, but certain places will. So just get a quote. But it's a nice way to bring the boxes back, because also it's not like you're shipping an empty box that will raise like some questions. If you're just shipping, let's say, edible goods stuffed inside a box, like that's totally okay. And it usually arrives like within a week or so. So that is my personal tip on traveling with bags and then bringing the bags back home, including the Hermes boxes. Now, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and watch my Instagram stories, because every week I do Hermes countries where we talk about a specific country and then we share experiences of how Hermes in that country works. So if you travel a lot and if you want to buy Hermes bags, definitely don't miss my Instagram stories. As always, with love.